Hi, I'm Dr. Tonya. I'm an oncologist, cancer survivor, and health coach, and I help cancer survivors at any stage of their cancer journey navigate through their treatment and transform their lives after cancer. So if you're feeling like you need more joy, more peace, and more fulfillment in your life, and cancer has shown you that now is the time and you are ready, well, you're in the right place. But today we are answering questions for survivors, and today I'm answering the question that every single person who has ever been diagnosed with cancer has asked themselves at some point during their cancer journey. And that question is, am I going to die? That is the most common question because when you think about cancer, the first thing that everybody thinks about is death. And why do we think that way? Because everything that we hear from other people about cancer is death. People don't tell you the good things about cancer. They tell you all of the bad things that happen when people get cancer. And you hear about so many people who have died of cancer. But let me tell you that cancer, for the most part, most people who are diagnosed with cancer actually are curative. Most people live who are diagnosed with cancer. It is actually the minority of patients who actually die of their cancer. So it is impossible, though, for us to really tell any specific person whether or not they're going to die of their cancer, even when everything that we see on paper may make us think that that person may not have a good outcome. I, in my 27 years of practice, have seen people who look like on paper or on imaging based on how much disease they have in their body, they shouldn't be living very long, but they are still walking around years later. So that question is a very hard question to answer. Now, another reason why it's a hard question to answer is because we've realized over the years that cancers are different. You know, we go through the process where we quote unquote stage the cancer. We find out where it has spread, you know, if it has spread from where it started, if it's growing in other parts of the body. And based on that information, we can stage a cancer. And staging goes from stage 1 or stage 0, which is a precancer, but stage 1, which is a cancer caught at its earliest stage, to stage 4, where that cancer has spread to another part of the body. And typically, years ago, we would say that a cancer that was stage 4 was one that was going to have a poor outcome. But now we can't actually say that because now we realize that cancers are different. You know, we have to look at what we call the biology of a tumor. And you can compare two people who have the same cancer, and those two cancers, say you have two people with breast cancer, those two cancers can be completely different and they can respond to treatment very, very differently. And they can be the same stage, but it would be impossible to really say how long one person is going to live versus the other. So that information is very, very hard to pinpoint. So that is why if you ask your doctor that question, they are not going to give you a straight answer. Not because they don't want to give you a straight answer, it's because they can't give you a straight answer. You know, there are a lot of different variables that come into play. People are living much, much longer now with cancer than they used to. Most people who are diagnosed with cancer are going to be cured of their cancer and they're going to go on and live long, healthy lives. We've had significant advances in treatment. So the treatments are better. We've had significant advancements in diagnosis and screening. So we're finding cancers much, much earlier at stages where they're much easier to treat. And even in cases where the cancer has spread to another part of the body, we call that stage 4 disease or metastatic disease, even those groups of people are living longer and longer because of the advances in medication. We are finding that some cancers that are stage 4 that have spread to other parts of the body are acting more like a chronic disease. So you may be someone who may not ever be cured of the cancer, but you may live the rest of your life on some type of treatment. either every day or periodically off and on. So you may have a cancer that is being treated but not cured. So you may die one day, but you won't die of your cancer. You will die with your cancer. And just like people who have, diabetes or high blood pressure, treatments have come a long, long way. There are over 18 million cancer survivors that live in the United States today. That number is going up every single day because of the advances in treatment, screening, and diagnosis. So, will you die of your cancer? I don't know. Can't answer that question, and none of your doctors can really answer that question. But one thing that we do know is that most people who are diagnosed with cancer are cured. So winning, is likely for you with your cancer. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that I have, calmed any anxiety that you may be having around that question. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel. And tell other survivors about it. I'm going to be here answering questions. If there's a question that you have that I haven't answered yet, go ahead and put it in the comments, and I would be happy to answer that question for you. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Dr. Tonya, your sister in the journey, here to help you navigate your treatment and transform your life after treatment. See you guys next time.